Hello there, and welcome. Tonight, we are drifting slowly into one of the quietest and most mysterious places on Earth, far below the waves, beneath the sunlight, beneath the storms, beneath the familiar blue surface of the sea. There is another world waiting in darkness. It is a world of cold water, silent pressure, glowing creatures, ancient landscapes, and life forms that seem almost impossible. The deep ocean is not empty. It may look like darkness from above, but it is filled with movement, patience, hunger, beauty, and secrets that humans have only just begun to understand. Most of our planet is covered by water, and most of that water is deep. Yet for most of human history, the deep sea remained almost completely hidden from us. We sailed over it, we feared it, we imagined monsters beneath it, but we could not truly see it. Even today, with submarines, cameras, sonar, and research vessels, the deep ocean still keeps much of itself unknown. There are valleys below the sea deeper than any canyon on land. There are mountains hidden underwater, rising from the ocean floor without ever touching the air. There are plains of soft sediment, where tiny animals leave delicate trails in the mud. There are vents that release heat and minerals from inside the earth. There are creatures that make their own light in a darkness so complete that sunlight never arrives. And tonight, we will move gently through that hidden world. There is nothing you need to do now. Let your shoulders soften, let your breathing slow, let the noise of the day fade behind you. Imagine yourself floating safely above a calm ocean at night. The surface is dark and smooth. The stars are quiet overhead. Below you, the water becomes deeper and deeper, layer by layer, until the blue fades into black. And as we begin to descend, the world changes. Near the surface, sunlight dances through the waves. Fish move in silver flashes, tiny plankton drift in the light. Seaweed sways where the water is shallow enough. This upper world is familiar to us. It is bright, warm, and full of color. But as we sink lower, the light begins to weaken. Red disappears first. The surface feels very far away. And still, life continues. This is one of the first wonders of the deep ocean. Life does not end when sunlight fades. It changes, it adapts, it becomes quieter, stranger, and more patient. In the deep sea, every movement matters. Food is rare, energy is precious. A creature cannot waste effort here, the way it might in warmer, brighter waters. Many animals move slowly, saving strength. Some wait for food to drift down from above. Some hunt with wide mouths and sensitive bodies. Some glow in the darkness, not for decoration, but for survival. The deep ocean teaches a different rhythm of life, a rhythm of waiting, a rhythm of sensing, a rhythm of small signals in a vast black world. One of the most beautiful features of the deep sea is bioluminescence. This is the ability of living organisms to produce light. In the darkness below the reach of the sun, light becomes a language. Some animals use it to attract prey. Some use it to confuse predators. Some use it to find mates. Some use it to disappear. A tiny flash may look delicate to us, but in the deep ocean, it can mean danger, hunger, warning, or invitation. Imagine drifting through black water and seeing small sparks appear around you. A blue-green glow pulses in the distance. A jellyfish shines softly like a floating lantern. A fish carries a glowing lure in front of its mouth. Tiny organisms blink like stars in a midnight sky. For humans, it may look magical. For the animals that live there, it is practical. Light is a tool. Light is a signal. Light is survival. In some places, the deep ocean looks almost like outer space. There is no sunlight. There is no sound like the sounds we know on land. There are no trees, no birds, no wind moving through leaves, only water, darkness, pressure, and small signs of life. And yet, this world is not lifeless. It is simply built by different rules. Near the surface, many ecosystems are powered by sunlight. Plants and algae capture energy from the sun. Small animals feed on them. Larger animals feed on those, but in the deep ocean, sunlight cannot do the work. So life must find other sources of energy. Sometimes food falls from above, then orange, willy hull, then yellow. The ocean slowly becomes blue, then gray, then almost black. The temperature drops, the pressure rises, willy denedua, dead plankton. Tiny particles, fish remains, and organic material drift downward like a slow underwater snow. Scientists call this marine snow. It falls silently through the water column, carrying energy from the bright upper ocean into the dark world below. To deep-sea creatures, this falling material can be a lifeline. A small piece of food descending through the black water may feed worms, shrimp, fish, and microbes. Nothing is wasted. Even the smallest fragments can matter. In a place where food arrives slowly and unpredictably, patience becomes part of survival. Some animals wait on the seafloor for whatever the ocean sends them. Some bury themselves in soft mud. Some crawl slowly across the bottom, tasting the sediment for anything edible. Others rise through the darkness, searching for drifting prey. The deep ocean is not empty. It is listening. It is waiting. It is always receiving small gifts from the world above. Sometimes, however, the deep sea receives something much larger. When a whale dies and sinks to the bottom, it creates an entire temporary ecosystem. This is called a whale fall. For us, it may sound sad, but in the deep ocean, a whale fall is a feast that can support life for years. First, large scavengers arrive. Sharks, hagfish, and other animals feed on the soft tissue. Then smaller creatures move in. Worms, crabs, snails, and many other organisms make use of what remains. Later, even the bones become food for specialized bacteria and animals. One body becomes a whole world. A whale that once swam through sunlit water continues to support life long after it has fallen into darkness. There is something deeply moving about that. In the ocean, endings often become beginnings. What leaves one layer of the sea may nourish another. The deep does not waste what it is given. It transforms it. Farther down, on the ocean floor, there are places that seem almost impossible. Hydrothermal vents rise from cracks in the Earth's crust. They release hot, mineral-rich water into the cold, deep sea. The contrast is dramatic. Around them, the water may be near freezing, but from the vents, heat pours out from inside the planet. For a long time, scientists believed that complex ecosystems needed sunlight. Then hydrothermal vents revealed something astonishing. Life can build communities around chemical energy instead. Bacteria near the vents use chemicals from the earth to make food. These bacteria become the foundation for entire ecosystems. Tube worms, shrimp, crabs, clams, and other creatures gather around these strange underwater chimneys. They live in darkness. They live under crushing pressure. They live beside water that would seem hostile to most life. And yet, they thrive. A hydrothermal vent can look like a city built around heat and chemistry. White crabs move across dark rocks. Tube worms rise like red-tipped towers. Mineral clouds drift upward like smoke. The whole scene feels otherworldly. And in a way, it is. It shows us that life is more flexible than we once imagined. It does not always need sunlight. It does not always need comfort. It needs opportunity. And when opportunity appears, even in darkness, life can gather around it. The deep ocean also has mountains. Not small hills, but enormous underwater mountains called seamounts. Some rise thousands of meters from the ocean floor. Many never reach the surface, so they remain hidden beneath the waves. Yet these underwater mountains can be full of life. Currents move around them. Nutrients collect. Fish gather. Corals and sponges may grow along their slopes. A seamount can become an island of abundance in the open deep sea. To us, it is invisible unless mapped by instruments, but to marine life, it may be a landmark, a feeding ground, or a shelter. Imagine a mountain larger than anything you can see from shore, standing alone in the darkness, surrounded by deep water on every side. No birds circle its peak, no trees grow along its ridges, no sunlight warms its stones, and still, it shapes life. The ocean hides landscapes on a scale that is difficult to imagine. There are trenches deeper than Mount Everest is tall. There are ridges that stretch across entire ocean basins. There are plains covered in fine sediment where the traces of tiny animals may remain like writing in the mud. The deep sea is not a flat emptiness. It is a planet within the planet, a hidden geography, a quiet world of slopes, valleys, cliffs, vents, plains, and shadows. One of the most extreme regions of the deep ocean is the Hadal Zone. This is the deepest part of the sea, found in ocean trenches. Here, the pressure is almost beyond imagination. If a human body went there unprotected, it could not survive. And yet, even there, life has been found. Small crustaceans, microbes, strange fish, and other organisms endure conditions that seem impossible from our point of view. They are not fighting the deep. They belong to it. Their bodies are shaped for pressure. Their chemistry works where ours would fail. Their world is not extreme to them, it is home. This is one of the most humbling lessons of the deep ocean. We often call places extreme because they are extreme for us, but life does not measure the world only by human comfort. A place that would destroy us may perfectly suit another creature, a trench, a vent, a frozen plain, a dark canyon. Each one may be a home to something beautifully adapted. The deep ocean reminds us that Earth is not made only for human eyes. Much of it belongs to lives we rarely see, and perhaps that is part of its wonder. The deep sea does not perform for us. It does not need to be bright to be alive. It does not need to be familiar to be important. It continues in darkness, whether we watch it or not. Slowly, quietly, patiently, it carries out its work. It stores carbon, it recycles nutrients, it shelters strange life, it receives what falls from above, it connects the surface to the seafloor in ways we are still learning to understand. Even the smallest creature in the deep may be part of a larger pattern. A drifting particle feeds a tiny animal. That animal feeds a larger one. A fallen body nourishes a whole community. A vent releases minerals. Bacteria turn chemistry into life. The deep ocean is not separate from the rest of the planet. It is connected to everything: the air above us, the climate around us, the fish people eat, the cycles of carbon and oxygen, the movement of water around the globe. All of these are linked in some way to the sea, and much of the sea is deep. So when we think about the deep ocean, we are not thinking about a distant, irrelevant darkness. We are thinking about one of the great hidden systems that helps Earth remain alive. Tonight, as you listen, imagine that slow descent again. The surface is far above now. The waves are gone. The sunlight has disappeared. Around you is a quiet darkness filled with small lights. A jellyfish drifts by, soft and silent. A fish waits with a glowing lure. Marine snow falls gently, like pale dust in black water. Far below, the seafloor stretches into the distance. Somewhere in the darkness, a vent releases warmth from inside the earth. Somewhere else, a whale fall becomes a feast. On a hidden mountain, corals grow slowly in the cold. In a trench, creatures live under pressure that feels impossible to imagine. Everything is slow, everything is deep, everything is connected. There is no need to hurry here. The deep ocean has never hurried. It has held its secrets for millions of years. It has watched continents shift, climates change, species appear and vanish. It has received rivers, storms, ashes, bones, ships, songs, and silence. And still, it waits, not empty, not asleep, but quiet. A living darkness beneath the restless surface of the world. So let your breathing slow again. Let your thoughts soften like waves fading at night. Picture the ocean above you, calm and wide. Picture the deep below you, patient and endless. And remember that even in darkness, life continues. Even in silence, worlds are moving. Even far beneath the surface, the earth is still full of wonder. For now, there is nothing else you need to do. Just rest, just breathe, and let the deep ocean carry you gently into calm.